What is up, my YouTube family? How y'all been? It's been a minute, man. It feels good to be back. So anyways, I'm back. It's been probably about 4 months since I made a video, y'all. I've been gone, working, all that stuff. Put a little backspin on you guys, or a little backstory. So basically what happened was I went to the desert. I was in 29 Palms. If anybody doesn't know, or anybody in the Marine Corps, you know what 29 Palms is. Or even if you're another service member, there's a good chance you still know what 29 Palms is. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere in the desert of California. Did 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out there. It was awesome, not really. But now I'm back. Ain't going nowhere for the rest of the year. So the content will be back consistent this time. I promise you. I know the last time I said that when I got back. But hey, I gotta go where I gotta go, man. So kind of get y'all caught back up on the channel. Let's see. So there was a point when I thought I was gonna be leaving the country, going to Japan for 3 years, and long story short, I'm not no more. But if I was going to, I was going to be leaving in November. So I had a lot of stuff on my plate in terms of like what I'm gonna do with the truck. Am I gonna keep it, sell it? I'm gonna be gone for 3 years type deal. But long story short, got that taken care of. Not going anywhere now in the near future. So we're good there. Truck's still here. Oh, also, last time we were talking, transmission was burnt up on the truck. Lost fifth gear, sixth gear. So how that happened? So I took the truck, I got all the parts, right? Took the truck, took it to the transmission builder. He did a very good job with the transmission. Let me just put that out there. He built it good. It's money right now, okay? He had my truck for like a month, almost a month and a half. And there was some tension, you know, the conversations were exchanged. You know, long story short, I took all the parts to him. All he had to do was drop it, build it, put it back in. You know, you're talking a day, 3, 4 days max, right? He had it for a month and a half. He did do some other upgrades for me. He changed out my rear main seal on the truck because, you know, it has 160,000 miles, and you know it wasn't leaking, but it's just good. The transit's dropped, so why not change it? So he changed that out for me. And then he also did some upgrades on the pump itself, so the actual transmission pump. He went ahead and got the Transgo kit with the upgraded valves and sliders, all that stuff. Y'all know I'm not a huge transmission dude. So he upgraded the transmission pump so that way it can provide consistent pressure throughout first gear all the way through 6, reverse, all that stuff. And you can feel it in the truck. It sucked because my truck got done. The truck got done right the day I was leaving to go to 29 Palms. So it got done. He called me and said, hey man, I finally got it done. I said, hey man, I told you I was gonna be out of town. So I had to have my buddy go pick it up for me, bring it back on base. It sat. So legitimately, I paid to get a transmission fixed and did not even get to drive the truck. Did not be able to drive the truck until I got back, which was earlier this week. And when that was the first time I drove it. And it's still, the relearn got done on it. It's still doing the learning, all that stuff. But the more I drive it, the better it gets, and it's actually pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. If you never had a built trans, I guess the easiest way to explain it is that when you touch the pedal, it knows what it wants to do. No more gear hunting, no more hunting in overdrive, erratic shifts. Like all that stuff is just gone, man. Between the RevMax, stage 3 billet torque converter, the low stall, I didn't go with the ultra low, but I went the low stall. Between that, between the input drum, upgrading it to 16 or 16 or yeah, I think yeah, 16 overdrive drums or overdrive clutches, upgraded everything, man. I have a video going back maybe at the beginning of this year talking about my trans build, everything that's going to be going into it. I will be talking about it again, everything I went over in this video. So just stay tight, sit tight, all that good stuff. But what I'm gonna need from y'all real quick is smash the like button because I've been gone for a minute. The videos ain't popping like they were. So I just gotta let people know I'm back. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, smash the subscribe button because the content's back, man. So I appreciate you guys. So real quick, what are we doing right now? So right now, we got the truck back. As you can see, she's here, right? Looks beautiful. It's actually raining out here, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And we have 6 tires in the bed. So what are we going to be doing? Well, we're going to be taking it to the tire shop, SD Wheel and Tires, and we're going to get the 35-inch tires that I've had in the garage since December of last year. We're going to get those mounted onto the truck. I already called them. They said they can do it. So I'm gonna go over there now. I guess I'll talk to you guys while I'm driving over there, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So we also got the 6 tires in the bed. Also got a new tonneau cover on here. I have a video installing this and reviewing it. Shout out to Yuta Motor. So that video is gonna be coming up probably like tomorrow or the next day whenever y'all watch this. We also have the Borla wheel spacers. I'm not gonna take them out, but we have the wheel spacers because I am gonna run. We got the wheel spacers in the back because I am going to be running 2-inch wheel spacers on the rear for the 35s. They're probably not going to rub without them, but just in case, I'm going to have that. Truck's here, man. She's kicking, man. Transmission is awesome. Like, it's my baby, man. So we're going to go ahead and head out. Right? We got all that set up. 6 tires. Tailgate's good. Look at that ceramic coating, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, if you ain't ceramic coat your vehicle, man, you doing yourself an injustice, man. Water just don't even want to stay on it. It just falls off. It just be running. Look at that. Look at that wetness. All right. Yeah. So, like I said, y'all, the truck's running. Is running and driving really good, man. I don't think y'all understand. There we go. That looks better. It runs good. So I'm very happy with it. So when I first started driving it, like when I got back and I was driving it, I was like, It was running good, like it was shifting in all the gears and stuff, but it still felt a little wonky. But I remembered it just had the relearn done, and right now I'm at 104 miles, almost 105 miles since the relearn has been done on this truck. So, and you know, mostly city driving, stop and go. I get on the highway once in a while. Highway driving does not really count towards your break-in or your relearn process. So I've been very conscious of making sure I'm like driving in town, stoplights, shifting from 1st to 6, just driving it normal, right? You don't have to baby it, you don't have to feather it, right? Because obviously 68 RFE is an adaptive transmission, so however you drive it, you know, it's going to kind of tailor itself towards that. I'm not saying you need to have a heavy foot or anything, but I'm just saying in general, right? But now, man, when I drive, like, she knows what gear she wants to be in, doesn't hunt for gears. Like, it's super awesome, man. I'm just really excited. I've left it on tune 1, the power level. So what I did was, before I dropped the truck off, I hit up my boys over at Dirty Diesel Customs, and I had a new file sent to me, right? And what I did was I asked them for the RevMax approved trans tuning, because they do have it. They do have it. So if you didn't know, the CCS tuning I run, Cooper Custom Solution, that you can get from Dirty Diesel Custom. I have links down below, promo codes, all that stuff. But anyways, when you do a RevMax build, they tell you specifically that you need certain PSIs in certain gears and stuff like that. So to make it easy, CCS made a trans file that is specifically for RevMax transmissions. Now, just because you don't have a RevMax trans doesn't mean you can't run it, but it's going to be best for a RevMax transmission. And it's good, man. It's good. Here, I'll let you guys see real quick. It's crisp, and this is, you know, 20% throttle, 25% throttle. It's in 4th gear, locked up right now, so super clean. Chilling in 4, 45 miles an hour. 46. It's in 5th now, locked up. If I give it just a little bit of love, she knows what she wants to do, and it's so nice. It's so refreshing. Everything is RevMax in this. The only thing that is not RevMax is the heavy duty low reverse sprag, which is from BD. And the only reason why I didn't get the RevMax one is because they didn't have any at the time. They were back ordered, waiting on the material for it. So the next best thing I found from my research was the one from BD that was actually pretty good, and it was way cheaper than the RevMax one. So that was a win there too. But everything else is RevMax. Clutches, input drum, I don't even remember, 2cc, 4cc, like billet accumulator, like valve body, torque converter, everything is a RevMax, even a transpan. So at the end of the day, this did not ship from RevMax, but this is pretty much a RevMax DIY yourself kit, right? So for you guys out there that want to save some money, right? You don't want to spend $10,000, $11,000 ordering a whole trans, having it shipped to you. You can call RevMax and say, hey, I want the RevMax 700. I want the RevMax 500 DIY kit. And they will send you everything you need to make one. whether you do it yourself or you take it to your local transmission installer. It's going to save you money, one, because you don't have to pay no core parts except for the torque converter and the valve body. If you get the valve body or the torque converter, you got to pay cores on that, but you get it back. But it is significantly cheaper than ordering the whole transmission and having it sent out. Only thing I will tell you is make sure whoever's building your trans, it's somebody reputable. Ask them questions. Just make sure they're familiar with building 68s, right? Because I'm not gonna say they're special, but they're special in a way. Like, you just got to know like the clearances, the tolerances. Another thing too is when you're rebuilding them, you need to make sure that you're following the RevMax instructions, because RevMax does have instructions on setting up their input drums, because you have to set them to the RevMax clearances and tolerances, right? So just stuff like that, y'all, man. I mean, man, this thing drives, it's butter right now. 5th gear, going 50 miles an hour, just cruising, right? She doesn't hunt. That right there, the hunting, man. The hunting was the biggest thing. Granted, my truck was in the shop for over a month. I will say that he did a very good job building the transmission, so I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get back with you guys here. I think I gotta figure out where the tire shop's at, but it should be coming up here soon. So once we get there, I'll bust out the camera and whatnot. All right, just pulled up. SD wheel and tire. This one's on Miramar Road, but they're good though. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how long it's gonna take them to put the tires on and whatnot, and get back with y'all. All right, so we got the new tires on. They look good. Unfortunately, they couldn't put the wheel spacers on, but they mounted the tires for me. So we got the tires mounted, balanced. Yeah, so those are good. I just gotta put on the spacers, and then I'm gonna put the outboard tires on myself. They couldn't put the spacers on just because it's, you know, company policy / liability, all that jazz. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull around the corner and we're gonna throw these bad boys on so I can see what they look like. But right now, man, these things look good. Gotta clean these tires though, get all that crud off of them. Oh yeah. And then I got an alignment scheduled for Tuesday with Firestone. They're gonna align it. I'm getting a lifetime alignment, so that way I don't have to pay no more. So it definitely looks way better. So let's go ahead and pull around the corner. We're gonna put these tires on real quick. All right, y'all. I ended up having to bring it back to the house. That way I can use some stuff. I wanted to get some anti-seize on here. So pro tip. So first things first, these are Borla spacers. I got them off custom offset. I know I just did this legitimately just broke this off. I was just torquing it to spec and it snapped. So I'm down one bolt for my axle shaft. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I torqued this to spec. These are Borla spacers, got them off custom offset. I think I paid like 300 bucks for both of them. This is my first time ever running spacers on any vehicle I've owned. I've seen it all. I've heard the eBay ones, the horror stories. I've also heard good things running spacers. The only thing I can tell you is two things. One, don't go cheap, which Borla makes some good spacers. They have a good reputation. And then two, this is, if there's one thing on your vehicle that you want to torque to spec, is this. Do not just ugga-dugga these. Like, I'm torquing mine. So for my truck, it's 140 foot-pounds for the lug nuts. So I torqued this to 140 foot-pounds each lug, and I went around again to make sure they were all stabilized. You don't want to play with this stuff, man, because next thing you know, you got a wheel coming off or something. We've all seen the pictures and stuff on Instagram. So don't cut corners when it comes to your spacers. These are hub-centric spacers. So what that means is that the wheel will sit on the hub like it should, not lug-centric. So lug-centric means that, like, they sit relative to the positioning of the lugs, right? But hub-centric means that it sits relative to the hub, and this is your hub in the center if you didn't know. All right, so you can see the bolts in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the tire on. I got the stock lug nuts that'll go on the new studs. I'm gonna put a little anti-seize here on the face, just because these dually, anybody with a dually, you guys know these wheels, they love to get stuck to each other. I know somebody out there be like, oh, you don't have to worry about that, they're coated, or oh, it's aluminum. I don't care. It's just it's a $2 insurance to make sure that, you know, your wheels aren't stuck when you're trying to separate them down the road. You know what I'm saying? So right now I can tell you one thing off the rip, driving it to the house, this thing rides good. These tires, I haven't taken it on the highway yet. Once I put them all on, I'm gonna pull her on the highway and see how she floats. Alright, so went ahead and updated my Easy Link just because it's been a minute. So now what I'm about to do is I'm about to go in here and change the tire size, which I don't really know how to do that, but let's see, vehicle details. Tire size, boom. And then we're gonna go ahead and edit. And then we'll set that to 35. Hopefully that reflects. Please refetch and reinstall ECU Profile in order to apply those changes to your vehicle. Anybody curious, this is the file reinstall. Huh. I wonder if I have to reinstall it because they did the relearn, but it shouldn't have to. Should I? Hold on a second, let me see what's going on here. Here we go. So I messed up. I went to the wrong spot because I never did it before, so I learned you gotta go to function right there. So once you're in function, you got all these things you can change, which I'm gonna be 100% real, I did not know this was all here until just now. So I came down here, set tire size, and then I ran it, and this is going to program the ECM so it knows there's 35s on the truck. So now my speedometer is going to reflect correctly. I did that, and then once I did that, I actually had to do an ABS initialization because it threw like a service ABS code on here. So I did that, and it cleared it. It tells you in Easy Link too. It tells you like you may need to run that in the event if you got a ABS service light, which I got. So I ran it, and it's good now. So we'll fire her up, see what's up. So she fired up. Yeah, so ECU Profiles. So this is what I'm running, y'all. This is a good file right here. So you can see you got 45 to 175 horsepower. The RevMax 4, that's the RevMax tuning trans tuning I was telling you about. And then this goes to up to 175 on Tune 5. And then this is just some notes down here. So yeah, see right there it says tire size 35-inch. So we good. So that's it. I think you go to dashboard, and then yeah, we see all our little features and stuff. So easy day. Just decided to take the truck on the highway just because I wanted to see how it rides with the new tires. These tires aren't bad, man, and they're not loud. They're not super loud. Like I'm going 72 right now, and there's a little whine, but so far so good. I can deal with that. That's not bad at all. Got to get some shocks, man, for that. Got to soften up this ride. Got to get shocks, sway bar, fucking sway links, all that stuff. I got the Carly ball joints in the house or in the garage. Gonna order U-joints for the front axle. Take care of that. So right now, if you notice, my edge screen is turned off. Reason being is because I use the Easy Link gauges on my phone. I don't have it on right now because I need both hands, but I use the Easy Link gauges because one of the things I like is that it shows desired and it shows actual trans pressure line. And I was curious to make sure that I'm getting the right line pressure. So the tune file I have set up is a max of 230, and it definitely does that because I gave it about 50% throttle from a stop, and right when it was rolling up to fifth gear, when it shifted into fifth and it locked up, it hit 235 psi. So that tells me it's doing its job, and that was actual. To be real, I don't really care about desired. I care about what it's actually doing. But man, this thing feels so good, y'all. And I was on the highway in 6th gear, so before I couldn't even get on the highway because I can only go up to 4th gear and use, and it stayed locked up. So coming through the gate right now. Give me a second. on, man. Thank you, man. Yo, yeah, baby. We back in business. Let's go. Oh man, it feels good to be back in the truck. This thing shifts so good, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. RevMax, RevMax, RevMax. Do not sleep. Do not sleep on RevMax, y'all. I think y'all will be very impressed with their transmission setups. Not only is the transmission what makes it, but the trans tuning. Okay. I guess I can be 100% honest right now. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had bad trans tuning when my transmission went out. I really did. But my truck had 160,000 miles on it. Didn't know the condition of the transmission prior. For all I know, the overdrive clutches could have been on their last leg, which I'm pretty sure they were, right? And I was a little skeptical, man, because it shifted. Even when I put the valve body on, man, it wasn't shifting right. It wasn't driving right, man. But after getting the RevMax transmission set up in it, and then I got the file with the RevMax file on it, that doubt was laid to rest, man. Like 100%, man. This thing drives better than my last truck. Like, I'm gonna be 100%. I mean, my third gen was pretty nice, but this thing is legit. It's really legit, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead, park, let y'all see the outside, see how it looks with the tires. I got the tires on with the spacers and all that stuff. Took it on the highway, good. Op check's good. So I'm gonna let y'all see what it looks like on the outside. Yo, this is it. So let y'all see her outside, man. This thing look good, man. It's sharp. This is sharp. Like, who would have thought just putting some tires on it, man, would have made a night and day difference? And there's no rub. No rub. So I'm guessing there gotta be a 1/2 inch spacer, maybe a 1/2 inch, or that's a 1 inch. That's probably a 1 inch spacer on there. But man, this thing clean though, man. I'm telling y'all. Sheesh. I'm happy with it. Get the alignment on Tuesday. Tires don't even touch in the back. Got the Bora spacers, torque the spacers to spec. So 140 foot-pounds for this year make model. Make sure you refer to your manual or look it up online. Every year might be different, so don't just go off what I said. Lug nuts is like the one thing I don't mess with, man. She sound good right now. I tell y'all what though, there is one thing that I want to look into that I'm not too sure about, and it's the fan clutch. So I changed the fan clutch. Let me turn the truck off. I changed the fan clutch and I put a brand new Mopar clutch on it because the previous one was barely spinning. So the previous fan clutch was barely spinning. So I was like, okay, well, let me put a new one on it. So I put a brand new one on it from Gino's Garage. Figured that's a safe place to get it. Changed the clutch and it's still doing the same thing. It keeps clicking in and out. Like when I'm driving, if it's hot outside and I'm driving in traffic, like it doesn't engage enough to cool the truck down. My coolant got up to like 221 one day, and the AC was warm in stop and go traffic. It wasn't until I got on the highway when it started blowing cold again, which obviously because you have the air coming in from the front. So if anybody's ever dealt with that, where you change the clutch and the clutch is still not working right, like please comment down below. I want to know. But yeah, man, for sure. But this is it, man. This is it. So we got the trans done. We got the tires on, mounted, balanced, installed. By the way, it was only like 180 bucks to get all 6 tires installed. I got 2 of the old tires in the bed because the front ones, because they're pretty much brand new. So I'm gonna try to sell those on Marketplace. We got the tonneau cover put on. Yita motor, got a video already made. Everything's done. Y'all will see it probably a few days after this video. I just want to put this video out first. Yo, this is it, man. This is all she wrote. So this truck's came a long way since I first bought it. Aesthetically, it's almost the same, minus tint, windshield, tow mirrors, boost auto mirrors, LED lights in the front. It's simple and clean though. This is a clean, simple look, man. I can enjoy this for a while until I get bored and want to do something else, which is eventually gonna happen. Like eventually 26s will be on this truck, whether it's gonna be on a 4-inch lift or a 6-inch lift, I don't know yet, but 26s and 37s is the goal. Performance wise, I'm gonna be real with you, like it's tuned, deleted, got aftermarket Smet and Diesel S369 SXE, which runs really good. We got that, and then we have, hey, what, you want to be on YouTube? What the fuck are y'all doing?
What are you doing?
I'm filming.
I don't want to see that shit.
It's filming right now. Nobody wants to see you, that mustache. The fuck y'all coming on base for? He's winding the shit up. Yeah. So, yeah, this is it. So fucking now, this is it. So then I think what's gonna happen is, look at this bitch. Hey, I got you. I got you. So, damn, I lost my train of thought. So now, I'm gonna be real, the transmission's done. And this is my first build where I got the transmission built. So I'm like, I wanna say like I have the whole, I guess, world available. I don't know if that's the thing. Like I pretty much can do what I want with it, but obviously I ain't making this no race truck, man. Like it's a dually, you know what I'm saying? Like this thing's made to pull, made to enjoy riding on the highway and shit like that. So I don't know. We'll see where the build goes from here. I'll just take it one thing at a time. So now what I'm gonna start focusing my energy on is the suspension, right? So ball joints, shocks. I want to get some Bilstein shocks. I think I might look into the Carly. They got, it's like 450 bucks. It comes with the progressive rate coils, shocks, and then I'll probably order a Thurin sway bar or Carly, either one. Get that. I already got the Carly ball joints, do the U joints, and then I'll get the steering brace from BD. The steering box on this truck is good, at least it feels like it. And then swap out the tie rods and all that. So suspension and steering is going to be the next big focus on this. Just kind of tighten up the steering a little bit, get it running straight down the road and whatnot. So y'all let me know what y'all think. It feels good to be back. It feels weird to still be filming and shit. Like I really don't know what, it just feels weird talking. Like I don't know. Oh, look at that. I'm not even in the light right now. But all right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this video up though. If you enjoyed it, make sure my shit's facing the right way. If you enjoyed it, go ahead, smash the thumbs up button, comment. I want to hear what all you guys got to say. If you have any questions on tires, anything I talked about in this video, transmission wise, all that stuff, please just drop a comment down below and I will respond to it. Y'all, I'm back on the game, back on the grind. All that shit is back and going. So I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, y'all take care, be safe, peace out, and I will see y'all soon.